Oh god, that Nexus is going to be falling. There it goes down. Absolutely nothing that InControl could have done about it, but there is one Colossus done. But again, because he took that Nexus, he's a little bit low on the money, has not started the range upgrade for the Colossus. So honestly, if he can get enough air units up, or if he can get some sort of big Marauder mix, then LZGamer is going to be absolutely fine against these Colossi.
Looks like back in the main of LZGamer, he has thrown down one factory with a tech lab getting on, and another factory coming down, not getting the starport right now. Not sure if he's actually seen the fact that Colossus are out on the map.
Let's take a look. Going into the LZGamer cam, no, it doesn't look like he has any idea that that is out right now. InControl just smartly rallying his Colossi to the right cliff so that way he can pick off any incoming Marines or that sort of thing. Going down to LZGamer's base. Oh, wow, this is very unusual. He is getting siege mode, but he's not getting any tanks. That's going to be a little bit hard to make use of.
Looks like the extended thermal lance has just begun researching from the Protoss player InControl. He doesn't have too much chrono, or actually he can be chrono boosting one thing, but looks like he's going to be holding it for a little bit longer. He's getting another Colossus out right now, and he's probably going to move this Colossus into position to go ahead and harass that, but he doesn't have the range upgrade, so he's not going to be able to hit it from the high ground. And
that's such good positioning by LZGamer, not too close to the ramp, so he cannot be abused with that high ground mechanic in StarCraft 2. But also being able to control the ramp as well. So it looks like, oh, InControl not going to wait at all, just going to rush out there and needs to pick off those SCVs. He does manage to pick off the SCVs in the back, and that expansion is going to fall. Or excuse me, these bunkers are going to fall. And oh, look how fast the Marines die when the bunkers finally go down.
Yeah, Colossus just ripping through those Marines. There it goes, one shot, and they are all dead. But only a handful of Marines right now. Tanks are out on the way. One tank on the field with more in production right now.
Wow, that is a very, very late tank. InControl very smartly retaking his expansion, very smartly chrono boosting that extended thermal lance, that +3 range. Does look like InControl is mounting a big counteroffensive, and weirdly enough, LZGamer is somehow underprepared for this. He just doesn't have any tanks.
Yeah, nice observer there from InControl. He knows exactly what his opponent is up to and knows that this is going to be the best time for him to attack because there are no Vikings out, and those Colossus are just going to rip through those Marines.
Oh, that's the worst tank placement. The tank is so vulnerable. Oh my god, LZGamer just sieged up haphazardly. 2 more tanks are out. He needs to do good damage to that. Look, target firing the tank. Tank's going to fall down. The Marines don't have any upgrades. They're getting roasted. The 2 tanks just march to the front, and InControl with a huge counter push is doing so much damage. The tank sieges does 1 shot on the Colossus, but this is huge damage going down at the front of LZGamer.
Yeah, SCVs were pulled from that natural expansion, and LZGamer has no answer to all these Colossus. He doesn't have any tech labs to go ahead and start producing Marauders, and only 1 or 2 tanks are about to finish right now. This is a great counterattack from InControl. This is pretty much the importance of scouting. You know the exact best opportune time to go ahead and counterattack your opponent because of that observer.
Oh my god, in a good game. You just heard me moaning in deep agony there because LZGamer had a huge, huge advantage. And I'm not going to lie. Next to my computer, I have a little picture of a cute baby girl. She has blonde hair, little curls. And every time a player has a lead and loses it, I just put the picture face down. I get so upset because, honestly, a skill, this is going to sound crazy, but one of the most important skills to have in any tournament, especially in an RTS game, is to not lose when you're winning, is to just have the advantage and to extend the advantage. So often you'll see a player who's winning botch a game and end up falling behind.
Looks like LZGamer has chosen the map Lost Temple. You want to go ahead and create that so you can go and get into the lobby. Lost Temple, one of those maps that TVP doesn't really favor either way. So you can, of course, drop your cliff, but both players can drop that cliff to go ahead and take out that natural expansion. There's InControl. He always looks upset, but I'm sure he's probably feeling pretty good right now.
Focused. Like InControl, I don't know if you know this, but InControl is hilarious, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. But when he sits down in the game, he gets in the zone, he focuses, he's on, and he's very intimidating because, again, he weighs 2.5 billion pounds and all of it's muscle. Indeed. He even has muscles in his forehead when he's thinking, and you can see them flex during StarCraft. So he's a very intimidating player to be up against. And honestly, in this map, I would probably give a little bit of an edge to InControl because of the way I see him abuse the cliffs with those Colossi. Oh my god, look at him stretch. He's so big.
I'm scared right now because if he loses this, and we say anything wrong about him, he's going to come beat us up, and we're not going to be able to cast anymore for the rest of the day.
I know. He, like, cracked his knuckles before the game, and all the Halo players' ears just blew out.
Thunder shook is what it sounded like. It shook the building.
So we are going to be starting the game in just a moment. Again, LZGamer had a big advantage in Game 1, but just threw it away. I cannot emphasize how brilliant the timing was on that first attack. and how anti-brilliant it was to just not be prepared at all for those Colossi.
Yeah,
so.
he didn't have any tech labs ready to produce any Marauders, didn't get any stim or anything like that. And when you have 2 Colossi out against that many Marines, it's pretty much the easiest fight in the world right now.
They don't even have any upgrades, so it looks like InControl at the bottom as the blue Protoss, and at the left we have LZGamer as the red Terran. Oh God, it just breaks my heart. But this was game 1 of the entire day. Game 1 of the series is generally the sloppiest game by players, and especially game 1 of the entire day is the sloppiest. So I definitely think that LZGamer is going to be a little bit more focused going into the next match.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if these players were able to sneak in a warm-up match before, because we did start very bright and early here at MLG. But LZGamer is fighting for his tournament life right here. He's definitely up against the wall right now. InControl's got to be feeling very good. He did win that first game, of course, so right now he's obviously going to be playing for the win. Yeah. But there's not the amount of pressure that LZGamer has.
Yeah, and I mean, LZGamer, honestly, what's nice in LZGamer's front is that he is playing against a friend. He knows his friend's style, and at the end of the day, even if he loses, losing to InControl is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
InControl's really good, so either way, LZGamer, he's definitely not going to give up. He's going to keep fighting. InControl is queuing up some probes because he's planning on building that gateway when he has 13 food.
It looks like LZGamer has opted to throw down that supply depot there in between his Vespian Geyser and his command center. Not going to be walling off here on Lost Temple. No scouts coming out for either player. Looks like InControl is going to be going for a 13 gate right now and then sending out that probe to scout.
Yep, very nice timing by both players. InControl, how's he going to be moving this probe? I think it's most reasonable to stop by the Xel'Naga Watchtower on your way up, just to check for any proxy, but no, he's going to just skirt right by it, go directly to the right main, wants to scout extremely fast. LZGamer not going to do any sort of kooky early expanding, instead getting his refinery right after his barracks. Yeah,
definitely a little bit of a different opener from LZ. Last time we didn't even see him get any refinery. We saw that fast expand build from him, and it definitely looked very, very good in the beginning. But he just stayed Marines, and he didn't get any Vikings out for those Colossus. So it looks like InControl did not see his opponent there at the 3 o'clock position. And again, not taking that Xel'Naga Watchtower. Looks like he is going to be moving over to this other Xel'Naga Watchtower, or he's just going to disregard that and go straight for the 12 o'clock position.
So it looks like the workers will be high-fiving up here at the north end. It looks like there's a little bit of rain there up in the San Francisco regions of the map. Orbital command going down as well. Nothing too crazy coming out. Tech lab directly after that barracks. Very typical way to get Marauders extremely quickly. InControl, looks like he's building a cybernetics core and his second assimilator. No Zealot out yet. Generally, if you skip that Zealot and opt for the assimilator very fast, you're intending on doing some sort of big 4 warp gate push or some sort of big tech move.
Looks like that one Marine did chase off that probe of InControl. InControl got to leave it right outside the base, though. This is one of those openers that the Root Gaming members actually perfected and made kind of the common. You're going to be getting 2 Marauders, getting that concussive shell, and very often you see a Reaper come out, and it's a nice timing push using that Reaper to go ahead and jump up and down the cliff, allowing your units to see the high ground and snipe any stalkers, because Marauders this early on with the concussive shell upgrade are just so strong against stalkers.
Yeah, and this, honestly, I'm just going to spend a little bit of time. We're going to go ahead and ignore InControl. No offense to him. Again, can't do it too much because he will beat you into the ground just by like flexing his pinky.
Don't angry the beast.
Yeah, but I mean, this is a great example of what is an opener doing for you in this game. So LZGamer is going to open up with 2 Marauders and a Marine. He's going to push the front, and there's the Reaper coming out. The Marines and the Marauders can easily retreat because the concussive shell slows, so he's going to attack the front. Doesn't even matter what's waiting for him. He can always at least do a little bit of damage, and this Reaper is going to pop in the back, and it's going to scout the opponent. The Protoss has to defend this push at the front, which allows you to scout in the back, always safely with the Reaper, and as we can see, that rally point is directly into the back of the base, where it looks like it's going to be able to spot a Stargate, and at the same time, because this is all going down on one barracks, LZGamer gets his expansion command center. Here comes the push. This is my absolute favorite opener in this matchup.
It looks like he does have to pull probes there, as he knows that he will lose that fight with those 2 Marauders. The Reaper is in the main base of InControl.
Working perfectly.
It looks like he's going to be sniping some probes here. Oh, is he going to get the surround on the Reaper? No, he's not. LZ is going to be controlling that. Waiting to send his units there in the front. One Stalker has been pulled. A Zealot has come out to go ahead and bolster up the army there. And that Reaper does go down in the main. LZGamer is actually going to fall back. But with that early pressure, he's able to get this command center up fairly easy there, and he's going to be able to take his expansion very, very soon.
Ooh, big mistake by LZGamer. No stim going down, no stim. You always need to get stim. The instant you see a Stargate Void Rays are way too difficult to deal with without it. Honestly, when you do this build, that should be one of your biggest priorities after you do the push, is to get the stim upgrade. LZGamer doing the smart thing, getting a lot of Marines, but is there any engineering bay? No, he's going to have a lot of problems dealing with that Void Ray. This is the one opener that does give this Marauder Reaper play a lot of trouble, but again, if you get the stim in the Marines, you're going to be okay, but for right now, LZGamer's in a tough spot.
Looks like the Void Ray of InControl has come in with only 3 Marines. That Void Ray is going to have to charge up before he can completely obliterate those Marines. There it goes, reaching critical mass there. Is he going to be able to snipe? Yes, he's actually going to not actually snipe that SCV, going to be finishing off those Marines. Is that Void Ray going to die? It's sitting at about 20 HP. He needs to keep the charge. Okay, he's good control there.
He needs to keep charging it up, and it looks like he is going to back off. That's why you need stim, because Void Rays are very slow. Stim Marines are very fast. You can do quite a bit of damage. But again, here's the problem. Almost the identical idea that we saw LZGamer employ. If you have something flying in the back and units attacking at the front, it's too hard to split those resources. So it looks like the Marines in the back, doing a lot of damage, and LZGamer not going to fall for any trickery at the front, has plenty of Marauders there to defend.
Yeah, it looks like a nice forward pylon there from InControl, allowing him to keep adding forces to his army, and he's waiting for the best opportunity to go ahead and come in to attack. He's going to be using these Void Rays at the ramp to go ahead and see that high ground, so those Marauders just completely destroy from the high ground on those lower ground units.
There's the extremely late stim coming out, but God, LZGamer is just playing so well despite being in a very, very tough spot. I just love these Marauders at the front, not getting into one control group syndrome, not grouping everything together unnecessarily, and this is so brilliant by InControl. He's building 2 pylons at the front. He can charge his Void Rays up on those pylons. That's a nice little tactic that's definitely going to strengthen this push.
Yeah, the other nice thing about those pylons is you can actually warp up onto the high ground there if you do have sight. Bunker going down from LZGamer. Looks like InControl is going to be pushing in. Those Void Rays are not charged, though. SCVs have, but are not. They're going to be maynarding to the expansion, and this is going to be a critical fight right here. A ton of Marines are actually out right now. Those Marauders are just chewing through those Stalkers.
They're getting just funneled through a really, really small spot, and again, with no stim, it's so hard to be able to deal with, but LZGamer having great macro. It looks like he is doing okay. He needs to start target firing those Void Rays. If he can get stim up, he will be able to defend against this attack. Nothing but Marines being produced for LZGamer at this point. The Marines are moving down the rank. God, stim is at 80% completion. LZGamer, wow, is he ballsy taking that expansion.
InControl letting his minerals get a little bit high, sitting about 600, but there he goes.